Hola a todos, bienvenidos a Genshin en vivo. Y en el día de hoy vamos a revisar por acá. En el correo tenemos. Esto es de la aplicación. Y esto es la aplicación web. Listo. Y por acá tenemos nuevos eventos. Va a haber un evento nuevo. Okay, listo. Acá tenemos la inicial de correo y por acá tenemos que ya tenemos la resurrección, listo. Ahora tenemos que hacerlo de acá, entonces tenemos que primero cambiar. Vamos a ver dónde está.
Just what will we come across this time?
Entonces primero tengo que ir acá.
Claro, es normal, la creación está que los datos que estamos buscando. Así que es verdad que la novela está los 7 es culpa del último humano de la noche. Si esto no trabaja hasta los 7, seguro que todo menos estuvo mal. Era casi cuál no pero. Sí, se creo que nos llama con recuerdo. Está preocupada que todo, pero la verdad es que puede ser perfecto. En vez de hacer de todos los monstruos de los datos de los 7, bueno, mira, qué bien.
Pues ahora ya puedo. Capitán. Una no, es que todo no matamos. Atar temprano al tutor que el romance le asigna primigenio, la cual sirve para mejorar unas más las habilidades virus de la viajera. Se ilumina el pasado remoto, pues es un lugar donde hacer un viaje, es un lugar que llamo hogar, puede caminar, un tren existe también cuando atravesamos la noche, siempre pero nada puro como un espejo. El segundo sí les ilumina la coyuntura de la partida del día del comienzo del viaje, el cual llamamos despedida. En la partida el mundo inmutable nos traiciona más, hay quienes intentan aferrarse a su sombra. El tercer sílex se enciende un día de fiesta, un momento en que los corazones se abren y el cual llamamos amistad. Este viaje está tan lejos de ser una prueba solitaria, no solo los vientos, sino también los corazones humanos nos abrazan a lo largo del camino. El cuarto sílex ilumina una noche tempestuosa de desesperación empapada por la lluvia y un mar angustioso de descenso, conocido como fracaso. Luchando contra la marea creciente, la pequeña barca está a punto de sumergirse, pero afortunadamente no puede arrebatarse los remos de las manos. El quinto sílex ilumina esos días de seguir adelante, las piedras con las que se construyen altas torres, conocidas como determinación. Más alto subimos con un poco más alto y así por fin vislumbramos el destino que tanto hemos soñado. Estrella fulgante, vela perpetua, relevo llameante, fuego abrasador, antorcha instintiva, alta 1. ¿Dónde está el cofre? Para atrás. Para el piso. Ah, míralo ahí.
Rise with the sun! Let's ride! Wrath from the skies! Take me up! Locked on! Open fire! Bullseye! Bullseye! Open fire!
Mora makes a lot of problems go away. So you can never have too much Mora, huh?
Se me van a correr. Tómala. Empezamos a hacer un dungeon. Solo quería recoger un cofre. Ok. Notas de manera registre cuyos ojos permanentes ponen la siguiente nucleofía descuidada. Huecos. Así es como se pueden llamar las grandes edificaciones que rodean la ciudad. Sin embargo, según las investigaciones arqueológicas, dichos huecos son anteriores a Oshaktan. Esas edificaciones que suministran energía no se construyeron alrededor de la ciudad, sino que más bien Oshaktan aprovechó estos mecanismos para construir una ciudad sobre la ciudad de los antiguos dragones. Eso explica la diferencia de escala entre las reinas subterráneas y algunas en las que la de superficie. Por ejemplo, el ancho de los caminos y las dimensiones de los cielos parecen mucho mayores que los utilizados normalmente. Y... Tantarán. Oh, mira, para aquí hay unas. Y dos óculos perdidos de una. Nada, sabemos dónde está. Estamos donde está el cobre. Aquí está más abajo. Esta es una que va a ser más complicada de lo que parece. Che, siento que esto hace una pain in the ass.
All right. Burn it down. Light of the blazing sun. Bring it. Letting great names echo.
Time to go!
Rise with the sun. Try and stop me.
Hold on to your hats. Ooh, shiny. It's so pretty.
All right.
¿No se despierta? Qué lástima. Y esos no me dan los componentes que necesito. Bueno. Hagamos algo serio. Sí. Las diarias en esta estancia.
Wrath from the sky.
Let's ride!
Locked on. Locked on.
Derrota a los guerreros tribales. ¿Qué se acabó las bendiciones? Ahí tiene. Estaba perezoso y no funciona.
Bring it.
Let's hope you last will get
Let the mountain's veins boil. Burn it down. Try and stop me. Light of the blazing sun. Locked on.
Y seguimos. Ah, chocolocura. Aquí sigue.
Let's do this then!
Light it up.
next time.
Locked on!
Let's finish this next time.
Open fire! Letting praise names echo! Rise with the sun! Wrath from the skies!
Lo mato el rayo. Y ahora... ¿Cuál es? ¿Dónde está? Ah, acá estás.
Let's run!
Tenemos que una receta distinta. Querida segura. Ahora podría terminar un día de fruta entero. Está todo el día, me voy a comer una comida bueno, mínimo, la verdad que está, pero no estoy me quedé mucho. Para un que todo está para intricar con la comida. Miraron cambiar su alimentación también. Podría tocarle un todo.
Era bien así.
Acá en el medidor de encantos, que todo se puede va a quedar así que no obligado a nada de eso. Entonces, como pura vinos, bien listo, está delicioso. Ahora me queda otro camino que lo tenemos a los listo. Bueno, está vegetarianos, redes natos, pero todos los materiales. Las medidas judías que me han se nos salta desde que era bosques gris, grandes flores chinas. Santo bandeja de protesta. Intento afectar una flota chingue, no, para respirar algo que me ya se toma la ritmo cercado para afuera. Acabo de convertirse en otro santo partido. Ahora vamos por la misión. Ah, tengo 200 hooks. Empecemos matando este nuevo jefe. No llegó ahí. Es como con la misión. Bueno, vamos.
Bring it!
That's a little concerning. Let's go over there and see what they're up to. Also, how did they get this close to a tribal settlement? Huh. All the Fatui left in Natlan are probably the captain's subordinates. That basically makes them followers of one of Natlan's heroes. Still, once a Fatus, always a Fatus. Something seems off seeing them here. Let's go check it out.
La batalla de los 7 clubes.
What are you guys doing here?
Following orders. If you have a problem, take it up with our employer.
Hey, what's with the attitude? Can the Fatui even work for a private employer?
This is Grudok. I hired him to be my bodyguard in Natlan. As you can see, he's not the sociable type. I'm sorry for any offense. My original plan was to hire someone from the local tribes, but a priest recommended Grudok and his squad. I was told they were capable fighters and had the time to spare, so they fit the bill. It seems like the Fatui's reputation in Natlan is quite positive.
So that's what happened. Then you must be from Fontaine?
Precisely! Montluçon, at your service. I work in the publication business. And you two... Wait. You must be the traveler and her fairy companion.
Oh, you know us?
A golden-haired traveler with a floating companion. There's no mistake. Your exploits in Fontaine have all the makings of a best-selling series. I'd be a failure of a book merchant if I couldn't recognize you.
Wow, we're really famous at this point, Traveler.
It's truly my lucky day. I know this is sudden, but I was actually looking for you two. You see, I have a favor to ask.
So, you chased us all the way to Natlan? That's a little creepy.
You'll be generously rewarded, I promise you.
Well, at least he got straight to the point. Should we hear what he has to say?
¿Qué pasa? Bueno.
Alright, we'll hear your request.
You know the great shaman Citlali, right? I need her help with something.
Yeah, the chances of her helping a random stranger just because we asked?
Casi que queremos también.
Yeah, Citlali really doesn't like dealing with strangers.
I heard about that from other members of her tribe. But they told me if one person could convince her, it would be the golden-haired traveler. If you manage it, I'll even double your pay.
Oh yeah, we should definitely get to the bottom of that first.
It's kind of a long story, and there's tribal history involved, so you should hear it from an expert. Alied, if you could.
Of course. I don't often have an eager audience for this kind of thing. Nice to meet you. The name's Alié. I'm a researcher from the Fontaine Research Institute. Unlike most researchers, I have a keen interest in ancient ruins. That's why I was invited to join Monsieur Montluçon's team. Have you heard of the legend of the great shaman Citlali? Yes. According to local records, she was a color mystic who lived over 200 years ago, and the most adept in her tribe at using that particular technique. Out of all of her exploits, her most celebrated is the Battle of Seven Colors. According to legend, the battle was triggered by an abyss invasion, one of the most brutal in Natlan's history, even from a greater historical perspective. Amazingly, Natlan was able to turn the tide despite being at an extreme disadvantage. The key to victory was none other than a color Citlali created on the battlefield. The color was extraordinary, illusory in appearance while also seeming to possess physical form. Legend has it that Citlali used the color to construct a magnificent maze on the battlefield and trap all the enemies inside. This allowed her allies to launch a counterattack and ultimately secure victory.
Anyway, that's the gist of it. We don't want to take up too much of your time. That story is the reason I came to Natlan. I often publish books about the history of other nations. They always end up faring well on the market. When I heard this story for the first time, I wanted to include it in my next collection, but... Historical records about Natlan aren't very detailed. We haven't been able to determine where the battle took place, or find any definitive evidence that it occurred at all. Even within the Masters of the Nightwind, people dispute the legitimacy of the story. Some believe it to be a myth. If that were the case, the story would not be fit for publication.
But if you're just including it in a story collection, why does it matter if it never happened?
Well, you see, the slogan for the collection is Restoring the Truth of History. Naturally, I need it to be factual. That's why I'm here. The Masters of the Nightwind are said to have a tradition of recording past events, so I wanted to consult their records. But I was refused access to the Obsidian Altar. Application after application, and all I received were a few ordinary woven scrolls with nothing to offer. Honestly, I'm just trying to promote their history, and they make such a fuss.
According to my research, their scrolls are considered sacred relics in addition to historical records. Naturally, outsiders are rarely granted access. Not to mention, the scrolls we did get to review actually contain a huge amount of information. I just need more time, and I could...
We've been over this, Alier. There's no need to waste time on those scrolls when we have a better way.
Citlali, you mean?
Exactly. You're well aware, I'm sure, that Citlali has been alive for more than 200 years. That means she lived during the era of the Battle of Seven Colors. If she agrees to be my consultant, then no other historical records are necessary.
Oh, that's what you want.
So, what do you say? I'll quadruple the pay if it helps sweeten the deal.
Well, it's not that we don't want to help you. Oh, right! The duty the chief gave us has a lot to do with wheat sealing. Who knows? The Battle of Seven Colors might lead us in the right direction. Alright, we'll help you convince Citlali. Just let us do the talking, okay?
Of course.
Por primero hagamos lo del bicho este. ¿Cómo llegamos al bicho este nuevo? Este hueco tirándole para abajo. Matar a este bicho. Bueno, vamos a la loca, a ver qué pasa.
If you insist on putting yourself to the test,
Higher, here's my fire! Here I come!
Lockdown! Let's rock! Light up the blazing sun! Take me up! Open fire! Burn it down! Bring it! Pyroclastic surge! Watch your step! Open fire!
Here I come!
Hear the echoes of the valley! Let's ride! Try and stop me! Light up the blazing sun! Ha!
consider your strength
Lockdown!
acknowledged.
Acá. Necesito como un curador. Ahí se pasa de buena manera. ¿Qué decía esto? Z espiritista. La Z espiritista invoca reflejos radiantes y se oculta entre ellos. Destruye todas las protecciones de los reflejos radiantes durante este tiempo para revelar y vital el cuerpo real. Los psíquicos no saben, los saberes bien nocturnos pueden mantener pulsado para apuntar a los reflejos radiantes y así detener un momento durante un breve periodo de tiempo. Sí, los cargos del día. Aquí, cargos, ya están los encargos y por acá. Nuevo anillo. Falta el último. Falta el último anillo. Ok. Vamos a buscar Citlali. ¿Dónde está Citlali?
Bring it!
So, this is where the great shaman lives? A bit far from civilization, isn't it? I hope the person who pointed us in this direction wasn't mistaken.
For someone like Citlali, it actually makes a lot of sense.
Is this graffiti her work too? I wonder if it's a cultural practice. If I could just copy it down,
We're here for a reason, Alier. As agreed, you two can do the talking, and we'll wait for you here.
Okay, we'll go knock on the door. Hopefully she's not hungover.
Door.
Citlali? Are you there? We need your help with something. Oh, no response. Maybe she's not home. Oh, Granny Citlali? Are you home?
Más ahora que te enfrentas tan influible que se...
Hey, kid! If you're here to challenge me, book an appointment first.
¿Qué cosas me meten?
Traveler!
Looks like we came at a bad time.
Are you still there? Just come in. We can talk inside.
Well, at least we didn't get turned away. Huh. So this is where Citlali lives.
I, didn't have time to fully clean up the place. Complain if you want. Menial housework means nothing to a great shaman like myself. Besides, in light novels, people who keep everything neat and tidy are always too boring to be the protagonists. Also, I'm not a hermit. I'm just above superficial rules of societal etiquette.
She sure does care a lot about what we think of her.
Oh, and that spell I used to transfer my senses to you? You're not still, experiencing the side effects, are you? It's my duty as a great shaman to check that kind of thing.
Oh, you mean when we could hear your thoughts? Nope. It's been so long, we don't have to worry about that anymore, right?
Then why do I hear the Traveler's thoughts in my head?
What?
I can still hear you, you know. Don't bother. I'll find a way to fix it. First you hear my thoughts, now I'm hearing your thoughts. It was just a simple spell. I use it on you, and now it's on the Fritz. Forget it. Just tell me why you're here.
Well, someone asked us to ask you to be their consultant. They have questions about the history of Natlan.
So they asked the hero of Natlan to put in a good word? Sounds like they know I don't usually trouble myself with other people's problems.
The pay is really good.
Doesn't matter, I'm busy.
She sure doesn't look busy. Paimon knew this wouldn't get us anywhere.
From you?
Yeah, we were given a sacred duty to help your tribe weave a special scroll.
Huh? So, you're the appointed ones this time?
We were surprised too. After all, we have no idea how to weave a scroll like that. But with Chef Biram's help, we were able to make some progress. We still haven't succeeded, but we learned that the key to weaving the scroll is a special kind of color. The historical event those men want to ask about also involves color. If you help them, you might end up helping us too. She's giving us that face again. Did Paimon not explain things clearly?
I can't decide whether this twist is completely out of the blue or if it was foreshadowed all along.
Does that mean you won't help us?
I need to think about it.
Then there's still hope.
Hey, what's the holdup? Just give us an answer already.
You agreed to let us do the talking! Citlali!
La puerta salir para no la sigue a toda prisa.
Stand down, Grudok! As your employer, if I tell you to wait, then you wait.
Understood.
You're the great shaman who's been alive for centuries? But you're so... Apologies for the disturbance. Grudok is a recent hire, so difficult to restrain sometimes.
You're lucky you didn't force Citlali's hand.
Well, since you're here, how about a discussion?
Do you have any idea who I am? Did you think Granny Eatsley would be fooled by your little performance? I have no intention of speaking to you. Your recent hire interrupted me right as I was about to make an important decision. Pull a trick like that again, and I'll make your lives a living horror novel, except 10 times worse. That's all I came out here to say.
Whoa.
Traveler, we have a discussion to finish.
You live up to your name, Granny Itztli. I apologize for the offense. I'm just surprised the Battle of Seven Colors didn't pique your interest.
You're investigating the Battle of Seven Colors?
Ah, the Traveler didn't get to that part? Yes, I thought the Traveler could help me convince you. But, if I'm not mistaken, you have a personal interest in this matter, don't you? I heard that the great shaman Huitzilin was a friend of yours. You two must have been close. If I can resolve the controversy and prove the battle took place, I'll include it in my next collection. Then, all of Teyvat will learn the truth. With your support, your friend's heroic deeds will once again be known throughout the land. Inspiring, don't you think?
If this is really about that duty, then... fine. I'll help you.
I'm honored.
Save it. I agreed to help the Traveler, not you. You'll just have to leech what you can.
Well, at least she agreed to help.
Who are you calling heartless?
Not a problem. I always planned to work with the Traveler. So, did you directly experience any events of the battle? Do you have any idea where it took place? Can you think of any relics we could use to prove it?
Talk at me, why don't you? Fine. No, no, and no. I did live during the same era as her, but that doesn't mean we experienced the same events. I've lived a long time, but I'm not a walking encyclopedia. You decide the angle of your investigation, and I'll provide answers if I'm familiar with the subject.
Alright. Even if you didn't witness the battle yourself, you still lived through that era. Your insights are very valuable. Alier, you had an idea about where to start, yes?
Oh, well, my plan was to consult the members of the tribe in charge of recording history.
Then, let's start there. Traveler, what do you say to officially working together? After all, it appears I can only get Miss Citlali's help through you.
Pasaje le mi mano.
If you insist on putting yourself to the test,
Rise with the sun!
It's over!
Lockdown! Open fire! Malzar! Open fire! Let's ride! Pyroclastic surge! Let's run!
a dash of color and the spirit alive.
Locked on! Rev the engines! The flame burns. Open fire! Locked on! Bullseye! Open fire!
Fire, dance on fire!
Red from the skies! Take me up! Here I come!
Very well. Consider your strength acknowledged.
Siempre la termino matando, rascando. Sí, lo mejor es volar y evitar todos los poderes.
Let's ride!
super invested in this whole thing, Citlali.
The Battle of Seven Colors is something I've only ever heard about. I know as much as anyone else in my tribe.
But how? Weren't you alive when it happened?
I wasn't there when it took place, and she never told me about it. That's how.
But Molo-san said the two of you were close friends. The battle was legendary. Why wouldn't Huitziling tell you about it?
Close friends? More like arch rivals. Something Montluçon would know if he actually did his research. Did you see the graffiti outside my house? That's not my doing. All students from Huitziling's School of Shamanism must pass an extremely difficult trial before graduation, defeating me in battle. Those graffiti drawings are how they challenge me. Of course, none of them ever succeeded. So, after Huitziling's death, her students had no choice but to modify the requirement. Instead of defeating me, all they have to do now is last long enough. As my rival, Huitziling only had one achievement that surpassed my own, and that was the Battle of Seven Colors. I can only assume she had some kind of secret technique at her disposal. It makes perfect sense that she kept it from me. I'm a fast learner. Telling me about the technique is no different than handing it to me on a silver platter. As if she would give away her one advantage.
Oh, that makes sense.
Anyway, all of that is secondary. Like I said, I'm only here to help you fulfill your duty.
Don't
misunderstand. This duty is important for my tribe, too. A great shaman should do her part to see it done. Excuse you? I fail to see what housekeeping has to do with my duty as a shaman. Why is it that you're the one whose thoughts are exposed, but I'm still the one suffering? I need to get to the bottom of this.
Excuse me, great shaman, but we have a situation over here. We could really use your help.
Okay.
Of course the Battle of Seven Colors happened. The woven scroll proves it. Huitziling used a mysterious color to construct a maze and trap the enemies inside.
That's just your interpretation. There's more than one way to understand that scroll. Besides, constructing a maze out of color is ridiculous.
Huitziling was one of the most powerful shamans of her time. She definitely could have pulled it off.
That's the biggest problem. She had students. Why not pass it down? A technique that powerful, and no shaman since has ever used it?
Her students are keeping it a secret, of course. If you knew a technique like that, you'd be a fool to show it to just anyone.
Oh, I didn't mean to cause an argument. I just wanted to ask, is there anything we can use to prove the battle took place?
Of course it took place. Why would you need to prove it?
You'll have to excuse him. Some people in our tribe insist on clinging to outdated views of history. I'd give up now if I were you. It only gets more ridiculous from here.
Please don't fight.
Wow, so the battle really is controversial.
Am I the outdated one? Kids these days can't find anything better to argue about?
These arguments are precisely why I hesitate to include this story in my collection. Neither side was able to offer anything useful. What should we do?
Huitziling was a passionate teacher. We were opposites in that sense. The technique she used in the battle must have been her masterpiece. There's every reason to pass it on. Still, if the technique is powerful enough to single-handedly stop an invasion, it also makes sense that her disciples would keep it a secret. We should check with the students from her school. If we can confirm that technique exists, we can deduce certain things about the battle.
But as far as I know, most of the shamans from her school occupy high positions in the tribe. Not the type of people outsiders like us can speak to on a whim.
Right. The obsidian altar is off limits to you. But, if I go...
Is there a problem?
Most of Wheatsealing's students are respected priests in the tribe. But that means they had to go through me. Or try, at least. I, of course, humiliated them from a young age. Those who hold the position now are the ones who lasted long enough before I wiped the floor with them. If I show up without warning, they'll run for dear life. That's not gonna get us any answers.
Yeah, Paimon can see it now.
Hey, don't jump to conclusions. That was just a metaphor. Only you have the guts to joke like that with me, traveler. Fine, I said I'd help, so I'll help. But don't blame me if it goes wrong.
Alright, the rest of you can wait for us here.
We appreciate the help.
Oh god. Vamos a ver qué hace este bicho. Mira, este casi algo diferente. Vamos a matarla.
All right.
If you insist on putting yourself to the test,
Let the mountain's veins boil! Let's ride! Full throttle! Open fire! Open fire! Bullseye! Bullseye! Let's ride!
attacking color in the spirit of life.
Plastic surge! Bring it! Let's ride! Locked on! Locked on! Locked on! Open fire! Open fire! Open fire! Bullseye! Light of the blazing sun! Rev the engines!
It's over!
Pyroclastic surge!
Very well. Consider your strength acknowledged.
Ok, me faltan dos más. Toca matar rápido acá. Matar rápido cualquier cosa. No, yo creo que este hecho me mata. Sin curación me frita. Ey, que este es de fuego. Este necesito agua y no tengo de agua. Vamos a matar entonces algo. Bichos que sean fáciles. Ve, vamos a hacer intento de...
Burn it down! Light of the blazing sun!
Quit it!
Take me up! Alright. Pyroclastic surge!
Time to go!
Hear the echoes of the valley! Bring it! Let's ride! Wrath from the sky! Let's fly! Locked on!
¡Tarán! Toquean todos. Así. Y ahora matemos otro jefe. Ya revivió. Ya revivió.
All right.
If you insist on putting yourself to the test, then tested you shall be.
Ush. Qué pegado.
A dash of color brings the spirit to life.
Pyroclastic surge! Take me up! Locked on! Locked on! Bullseye! Locked on!
Higher, higher, hands on fire!
Let's rock! Light of the blazing sun! Letting brave names echo!
Let's burn this breeze.
Locked on! Open fire!
Very well.
Locked on!
Consider your strength.
Listo, ahora sí reclamamos todo.
Ad Astra. Thank you for complete. Ad Astra.
Y recordemos acá. Pam, pam. Y listo. Mañana seguiremos con esa misión. Gracias a todos por vernos. Nos vemos mañana.